All right, let's just jump right in with a big one. Have you ever really thought about what the world would be like if everyone was just you? I mean, a world full of your clones. It's a wild thought, right? Kind of cool? Maybe a little scary? Well, today, that's exactly where we're going. We're diving into this really personal thought experiment.
You know, there's this great quote from Albert Schweitzer that just nails it. He said, "Example is not the only thing in influencing others, it is the only thing." Think about that. Not one of the things, but the only thing. That's a perfect kickoff for our discussion. Because at the end of the day, it's not what we say that matters, right? It's what we actually do.
And that idea, that's the whole basis for this thought experiment. This isn't just some hypothetical game we're playing. Nope. We're about to take a really good, hard look in the mirror and see what kind of example we're actually putting out there.
So, here it is. The big question. If the entire world was filled with carbon copies of you, people who think just like you, talk just like you, act just like you, would you like it? Would you actually want to live in that world? Be honest with yourself.
Okay, to really get to the bottom of this, we can't just keep it abstract. We've got to break it down. So we're going to do something I'm calling the mirror test. We'll apply this to a few different parts of your life. Ready? Let's hold up that mirror.
First up, let's look at home. If every single husband or wife was exactly like you, every parent, every family member had your exact level of patience, your way of talking things out, your general vibe, what would our homes feel like? Would they be peaceful? Tense? Loving?
All right, now let's take this to the office, the workplace. Picture it. Every single person you work with has your exact attitude and your work ethic. Would companies be booming, full of new ideas and getting stuff done? Or would things kind of grind to a halt?
And let's zoom out even bigger. Leadership. And hey, this isn't just about being a CEO. It's about any time you're in a position where people look to you. If every leader on the planet acted with your character, with your principles, would the world be a better place? Would it be a fairer place? What's your gut reaction?
Okay, just let those questions sit with you for a moment. Your honest answer, whatever it is, brings us to a really important crossroads. So the question becomes, what now? Where do we go from here? Let's talk about the next step.
So, how'd you answer? If you honestly thought, yeah, a world full of me would be awesome, hey, that's great. You're on the right track. But if your answer was no, or even a, maybe, that's not a bad thing. It's not a failure. It's actually an opportunity, an invitation to improve. Because here's a little secret. The biggest room in the entire world is the room for improvement. This isn't about beating yourself up. Not at all. Realizing there's room to grow isn't a weakness. It's actually your greatest strength. It's the launch pad for becoming a better version of yourself.
And you know what the best part is? You don't need to apply to some fancy university for this. The School of Self-Improvement is open 24/7 and there's no tuition. You enroll the second you decide, okay, I'm ready to work on myself. That's it. You're in.
So, okay, we're enrolled. Now what? What's lesson 1? Where do we even begin? Well, for a fantastic blueprint, we're going to look at a pretty unexpected role model, the humble ant.
I mean, think about it for a sec. An ant never goes begging in the winter. Why? Because it spends all summer working. It's a master of just putting in the effort. It's not crossing its little fingers hoping for an easy winter. No, it's preparing. It understands that success comes from the work you do before you need the results.
And the ant's whole philosophy is so simple, it's brilliant. First, it focuses on a single defined task, one thing at a time. Second, it works with patience and persistence. It just doesn't stop. And third, and this is huge, it finds a way around obstacles. You put your foot in an ant's path, what does it do? It doesn't quit. It goes around, or over, or under. It always finds a way.
You know, taking on that kind of mindset really boils everything down to one fundamental choice. It's a choice we make every single day, whether we realize it or not. Are you going to be a talker or are you going to be a worker?
And the difference between the two is just night and day. The worker operates on action and their destination is achievement. The talker, their method is just words and their destination is regret. Let's be real. The bottom line is this. Real progress, the kind that actually makes a difference, always comes from the worker. Always.
So why choose to be a worker? The rewards go way beyond a paycheck or a promotion. Doing real, meaningful work builds something powerful inside you. It builds self-worth, self-respect, self-confidence. It's how you become more valuable, not just to an employer, but to yourself.
It reminds me of what Conrad Hilton, the hotel guy, once said.
You will never get anywhere if you park yourself comfortably in an easy chair. It's so true, isn't it? Comfort, that's the enemy of growth. Real achievement, the stuff you'll be proud of, only happens when you get out of that chair and get to work.
And that brings us full circle, right back to the beginning, but with a totally new perspective. The question isn't, would you like a world full of you anymore? The real question, the one that matters now, is what work can you do, starting right now, today, to build the version of you that the world actually needs? What's your first step?